we actually, well, can dive into the story. Anyway, first of all, a recap. What happened in the last episode, or at the end of the last episode. Alenia had to teleport out to survive. Malkesha died and was left behind. Also, we did manage to destroy Yechnagov's herd, or at least we believe so. And all we know about Alenia's, well, fate is that she survived, but is not on Iridia, at least not at the time. At the time they were talking about it. Anyway, after this, alright, time passes and the Chaos Empire still manages to make a stand against its enemies. While the Grand Council is preoccupied with more pressing matters, the fragile alliance of the peoples of the far north is threatened by a new, mysterious leader who seeks to invade their defenseless lands. After the Storm, Episode 2, Fate. And yeah, thanks CatBurgerMod for just giving me the feedback that it works this time. Okay, so the usual warning about the gameplay can and is different from mainline gameplay. The recommendation of playing Under the Burning Sands, Invader from the Unknown and Descent into Darkness before playing this campaign to have more of a grasp about the units that are used in this campaign. The characters, to be precise, background and story. Also, of course, if you have not completed episode 1 of After the Storm, you definitely should not play this episode yet. Onwards. This is, if you're wondering where this is a flashback to when Malkesha, Alenia and Gallus were fleeing from Elissa inside the Chaos Empire fortress, obviously before Gallus died. I remember hearing of the mandate issued to destroy the Scepter of Fire back in the day. I'm curious about why you decided to betray your people by keeping a scepter score to yourself, Alenia. That's nothing of your concern. Is it not? Really? Because to me, it seems that you carry with you a dangerous artifact that these people need for some vaguely defined purpose that will most certainly bring no good to this world. Destroying would be the most logical choice right now. I beg to differ, but with the Union gone, it may well be the only great power remaining on Iridia that we could use to fight Uria and the Iron Triad. Unless you know something I am not aware of. Which I find unlikely. This is not the best moment to argue over this. Where are you? So, back to the present. The light. A familiar light. It was the warm light of the second sunset. Where was I? I found myself in the middle of a glade, lying on the ground. My entire body was in pain and my clothes were considerably scorched, but somehow I had survived. It took me some time to recover from an initial stupor and remember what had happened moments before. The terrifying feeling of my soul fading away, the crumbling underground hive, my despair as I struggled to find a way back to the surface, and my only remaining friend, Malkesha. Stark existence full of resentment and spite, an eternity spent as the harbinger of death and destruction. An eternity at long last come to an end, but not without first proving his worth against the Chaos Empire and the creature in possession of Yechnagov's heart. Oh, who would have ever thought that I would grieve for he whom I was once destined to eliminate, or that his final death would be one befitting a hero? As my memory became clearer, I realized realized I had cast a teleport spell at the last moment, as if by instinct in a desperate attempt to escape to the surface. However, a quick glance at my surroundings revealed that it didn't work quite as I had intended. Instead, it had taken me far away from the cursed plains of Westmere. But how far exactly? So again, after the storm episode 2, Fate, now 1, By the Moonlight. There seem to be some hostile animals ahead. I'd better move carefully. So, current objectives: find a friendly unit, defeat Alenia dies, and turns run out. Also do note, because of Sylvan Essence, I've got Ambush, not just on Forest, but also on Mushroom, although I won't find any mushroom. Vegetated terrains are Forest, Ray Tree, and Mushroom Groove Hexes. Also do note their maximum health points have stayed the same, but here the XP she has and the max XP she needs for the next level have been reduced by a factor of 0.765, something around that. I tried to math it out, but I'm not actually sure it's a rational number. So, and as a high level unit under your control, Alenia special after maximum level advancements Armlars. You can learn more about those by right clicking here and choosing the unit advancements option. I will do that, and first of all we see all the advancements I took in the last episode are still there. I've still got them. Also, there are new advancements possible for me. Like where previously I only had to get Fairy Fire to be finished, now I've got Fairy Fire 2, 3, Focus 3 and 4, Shielding 3 and Strength 4 and 5. So yeah, a huge number of more stuff. Also with the new Fairy Fire upgrades, it's a more viable attack than it was previously. I think I can see a village to the northeast. Cool. Let's go there, and let's try not to run into any wolves while I'm at it. To northeast, so somewhere over there should it be. Oh! Halt! Who goes there? Don't pay any attention to that. It's just another of those disgusting forest creatures. Rude. But she's endured. It's a trick. They lure you into the dark to do whatever they please with your dead body. I need help. Could any of you please be gone, unless you want us to slice your throat open? Whoa, rude. What's going on here? Chief, this lassie, you look oddly familiar. What's your name? I am Alenia, the Lady of Light, as I recall. You weren't of much help to us in the country. Excuse me? I don't know you. Of course you don't know me, because you and your friends were too busy battling the Dark Soldiers to help us, civilians in Artgam. That was my hometown, and my family was trapped, helpless, amidst the fire. What's your purpose here, and why should we help you? I would like to know where I am, and if it would be possible, I'd also like some help to get to the Grand Council. This is a matter of utmost importance. Are you even listening to me? I don't feel particularly inclined to help you, at least not right now. If you really need to get to those useless elders, you are on your own. We don't have any time for this nonsense, as we need to defend our town by our own means right now. Whoa. It's like I've been in a similar situation before. Actually, personally, I have no idea what she's referring to, but okay. May I ask? Can you help us? I know our leader appears to be very resentful of you, but it's said that the evil mage Dant has returned from the land of the dead to get his revenge upon us for banishing from the village. The rumors of the power he has amassed since then are terrifying. First, and after the first episode. Ah. Wait, which one was that? Well, I may be able to provide you with my assistance if you would help me in exchange. Really, I'm not asking for much. We can't make any promises, Fairy. Our leader isn't that kind of person. You'll have to figure out how to solve your problems on your own. So be it, then. So, defeat the enemy leader, who's apparently recruited a couple of undead and a couple of dark adepts. Also, here's my keep. I don't have much gold though. So of course, like always, I'm going for sprites. So yeah, and Cat Bergamot pointed out that she's maybe referring to the first scenario of the first episode, where they were also running into a town that had to defend themselves. But those guys were way more friendly and welcoming, honestly, now. Oh. Yes, 6 hit points. Not much, but it's honest work. Yeah. Rain has been the perfect tool for this situation. I mean, technically I should send a unit somewhere to take all those villages, but I will need all the units I have for the next part, I think. I mean, I'm starting to wonder where the enemies are, because they still haven't arrived, but they should be there any moment now. Also, Ilenia really needs a village now. Oh, come on, I really wanted that village. I'm trying to get to disable shroud updates. Problem is every time I move, because yeah, now I've moved there for what? For nothing. So let's redo this turn without artist. Like really, it was not a smart order first of all, and second of all, it obviously didn't work. I also retreat a little bit because actually no, just take the village and then get back into the fight. Attack Cat Bergamot, technically I can disable shroud updates whenever, as long there's no animation playing, but because as a single player, animations are always playing when when my ally or my enemy has its move. So yeah, technically I can only disable shroud updates on my turn. It is kinda annoying how they stick around there instead of helping me out over there. But maybe I just have to wait for this. Oh, okay, so Cat Bergamot pointed out that you really can't disable shroud updates during your turn, even in multiplayer. Oh, I mean, I think that's kind of weird, but okay. Was this a smart decision? I don't know, we will see. Alright, for the first scenario I don't take any named units, because everyone is still pretty likely to just die anytime soon. Like, especially now I've got only 3 units and one of them is a linear. So it's gonna be difficult to make sure that they survive. No? But now I'm just glad that a linear can't get poisoned, and yeah, him down. And nightfall, so night is gonna be difficult. Because although my allies of course profit from night, they are kind of but less allies than enemies. The enemy profits in a way more. Boom. Good job. It's really nice how they do take advantage of me being a healer by grouping around me and at the same time protecting me. Useful. I still think I'm gonna have to fall back here and recruit more units, and also yeah, just wait for daytime. Or I could try this. Let's try this instead. Nice. Then I'm not gonna move there and attack anyone, because no, it would expose my units to too many of the enemy units, and I'm trying to keep them alive instead of getting them killed, you know? I'd rather expose one of my allies so they get attacked and I get a chance to finish them off. And it honestly looks like it honestly looks like I do not have to retreat from this position. Maybe? Yeah, looking fine, honestly. This one gotta go down first, or at least get weakened as much as possible. This is a shame that I didn't manage to slow this one. I hope no one dies because of that. Boom. Yeah, technically he does deal a lot of damage, so it's a good idea to attack him, but no. Like, this is a smart melee attack. Also, I'm really glad that this one was not raised. Makes things far easier. And yeah, I am apparently winning this fight. Even though I've got only 2 sprites on the side. Neat. Okay, so I won that fight, but now I'm gonna meet a horde of walking corpses, pretty sure. Okay, if they manage to hit, but apparently not. So that's actually fine so far. And now they're pretty much gonna get wiped on retaliation, so that's great. So I sadly can't move there, even though there's a really cool thing over there. Makes me sad. Anyway, let's keep finishing them off and let's finally start collecting villages. So what was I trying to do right now? Right, I was trying to destroy them. Utterly. Without any recourse. But yet it shouldn't be too hard. So really I love how the computer is now making use of healers, where previously it was like, okay, you have a healing unit, your ally doesn't care, but now it's like, you've got a healing unit, great! I'm gonna place my units next to it. Which, of course, raises the survivability, rate of survival, something, for my allied units as well, and not just for me. Also, whoa, that's cool. Like, if I remember correctly, this guy triggers once I move to close enough. Yep, once I move over the bridge. Arise! Arise once again, fallen voice of times long past! Arise! I don't like the sound of that. Not at all. So yeah, and now this one is not... what's it called? Petrified anymore. And can actually attack me. Great. Also there's a keep which I hope to use to recruit a couple of units. Like 3 or something. Should make it easier to defeat the enemy. It also helps that those guys do not try to protect this place, so I can just walk in and take it. Like this. And now I've got a guaranteed fairy spirit. Nice. Like, she gets attacked, but she can't get killed in one turn, at least not during daytime. So whatever happens, she survives. Like this. This one just keeps taking villages, so I can continue recruiting more and more and more units. Also, I try to wipe out the undead around. And I dare say I am doing a pretty good job at it. So here my allies still exist, but they are very, very hesitant about actually attacking anyone, or at least charging at the enemy. So they're not that useful. Like, they're around, but not much more than that. Which is, of course, not exactly helpful. Burn. So yeah, I would be fine with this one dying, but I think actually one of my allies, my level 0 allies, or the footpad, are gonna get attacked instead of me. And I'm fine with that. Okay, I was wrong. But whatever. Burn. Also thanks for the village. Yeah, okay, this one is gonna bait undead, so I can finish them off. Or they go for the footpads over there and try to kill them instead. Which is also fine. Still gotta make use of the day to burn them all as fast as possible. That was a shame. Yeah, because I only have a very limited number of units, of course I'm being very slow with, well, dispatching them. Dispatching the enemy units. It's gonna get easier once I get this one to level 2, but it's gonna take a moment at least. Oh, come on. Oh, okay, at least that one went in my favor. That one not so much. But yeah, now I at least stand a decent chance at destroying that leech. Without having to solo him with Ilinia. Like this one, for example, is obviously dead. Those two weaken themselves, so I can easily finish them off. Even if I miss a couple of hits. Die. Yep, just like this. Okay, this is much better. Yeah, and they are slowly advancing, and now that there's no enemy unit left, of course. I still remember... Oh, come on. I skipped the text. I still remember him saying that they are solving the problem with their own means, but apparently not. Ah, you've been sent by my brother to destroy me, isn't that right? Your brother? Well, less chat and more action, I say. You all shall embrace undeath soon, no matter whether you want or not. I don't think so. First of all, you have no idea how to raise frights. So at least those won't have to embrace the undeath, even if you kill them. Also, I messed up with that. I wanted to go for the ranged attack to kill it and level up. Whoops. At least I've got a lot of villagers now. No. I refuse. Thanks for offering, but no thanks. Second task, so 4 to 5 turns before I actually can dare to attack him. Although Ilinia is tanky enough to do this on her own. Also thanks for the free level up. So... die. How much damage does this deal? 16 damage per hit is too much. Like, I won't survive that. Or rather, my fire face won't survive getting hit by this 3 times. Which basically means that I won't try. I'll just chill a little bit and, well, make sure that he has no units around before I attack him. Yeah, no. Let me back up a little bit more. If he attacks, he can totally attack that footpad. I don't... Oh. Yeah, right. I did not pay enough attention there. That one was already in rage anyway. Okay, so... I can just freely take the villages now because zone of control and stuff. Unless they move somewhere else, which frees them up to attack me, which I should have actually accounted for. So I'm gonna go for this village only, because he can't reach there anyway. Oh, no, it's actually zone of control, but whatever. I still have to wait for they to attack without too much risk. For now. Like, see? He can't kill me anymore. Even if he hits all 3 times like that. Bye. Or, as I was saying, no. That is a possibility and I do not want to. I do not want to entertain the idea of this happening, so let's actually play safe. Also, what I'm doing there right now is stopping him from attacking the leech so he doesn't accidentally kill it and cheats me out of the XP. So let's get all the XP we can get out of this before we leave and finish the scenario. There you go. Ah, you think you can destroy me, don't you? Well, enough of this. Boom. Dominance has been asserted. So what do I want right now? Cold resistance doesn't really matter that much for me. I'm gonna go for the Fairy Fire to get more damage. Like, ensnare bonus damage is nice, but I really want to Fairy Fire. That wasn't too hard. Our village is saved! Ha! I admit I didn't expect this to work out with a fairy leaving those impressionable fools. Like, remember, technically I could recruit a couple of ruffians and footpads. Of course I did not recruit any of them. So he's referring to those units. Well done, everybody. As for you, fairy, what is it that you needed from us again? I also have a name, as I told you before. I suggest that you get to the point before I change my mind. But sir, help in defeating the undead was... I need to know exactly where I am, and I must also meet with the Grand Council of the Northern Peoples as soon as I may. For which I could need some help depending on our location. I see. Well, we also need to arrange a meeting with the council for our own purposes. Sending some of our most capable hunters with you along with our messengers might not be a bad idea after all, as you seem to excel in the arts of healing, and the northern forests are not particularly safe nowadays. I'd be very grateful if you provided me with such help then, but aren't welcome to the Hard Forest. And that was the first scenario. Boom. So I managed not to lose. I managed to avoid any losses. I got 2 fire fairies. A lot of gold for the next scenario, and yeah. This scenario ends here, and I take a 5-minute break. And then I'm back for the next scenario, which is not that long. See you in 5 minutes.